Welcome to another episode of Fantasy Football Safe Space, presented to you by the Fantasy Shotcallers. 7 o'clock. I'm accompanied with my brother from another mother, brother Fox. How you holding up?
Yeah, I'm well, brother. Got multiple dubs this week in fantasy. Ready to drop these fantasy facts. You know what I'm saying?
There it is. How can the good folks take care of us?
Hey, as always, y'all can give us that HBO special. If you don't know what the HBO special is, it's the Help a Brother Out special. So help some brothers out. Hit that like button, subscribe. It truly goes a long way.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Shout out to the Fantasy Shotcallers. You got dubs. So who was disappointing who scored the least within those dubs?
Well, I didn't have let's see, of my starters this week. Justin Tucker. What is up, man? Kicker Justin Tucker from the Baltimore Ravens. He was projected to be, kicker number one. Historically, he's always been kicker number one. And between him and Harrison Butker, they're always putting up the most numbers. I don't know what the hell is going on with him this year. He's missed 3 kicks from 50 yards plus. He's the only kicker that has like a really bad
field goal percentage
this year, and it's wild. That maybe the tides have turned, or maybe he's dealing with something. But yeah, he's fucked me. And continually, I know it wasn't that bad, but still. What is going on with Garrett Wilson? I just don't get it. The man, the past 2 seasons ain't shit for quarterback. And he was quarterback proof. Regardless of who was out there throwing him the football, he put up numbers. He gets the best quarterback of his career, and his numbers are the worst they've ever been. And I just don't get I get it. They're shifting coverages. He's seeing double coverages now. Sure. But it still doesn't defeat Breece Hall still in the backfield. They got other weapons around him. Like, why is he just getting locked up?
I can't call it, to be honest with you. I saw someone posted that Allen Lazard has outscored him so far in the season, which is wild. Like, who predicted Allen Lazard scoring more than Garrett Wilson 4 weeks into the early NFL season?
And it's not just 1 week. He's beating him every week consistently.
Yeah. With Rodgers, man, maybe they just the chemistry isn't there yet. Where versus Lazard is someone who was shipped from or they picked up from Green Bay. So there's maybe the rapport is something that we undervalue as fantasy content creators. But I'm sure they'll figure it out. If I'm in the position, if someone's trying to sell him, I think someone is trying to sell him in the Vegas league. Depending on what they want, I know I got Jonathan Brooks coming back. So maybe I try to do Jerome Ford for Wilson. I know they were drafted in completely different spots, but at a certain point in time, where you drafted a player is irrelevant. It's what is that person doing? What have you done for me lately? You know what I'm talking about? Come on. So I think after week 4, really where you took a player doesn't matter. It's just what are they doing? What have they done?
Yeah, it's time to pivot on Wilson. It's just, he has a name that maybe you could sell, someone who hasn't paid attention enough, sell him out there. But yeah. And lastly, another person who hurt me, and again, it speaks to what we talked about last week, the tight end position, like Laporta. It's wild this season. The top 5 pretty much tight ends have just completely played like shit. Kittle had a decent game last week, mainly because he mossed 3 people in the end zone, which was fantastic. But other than that, every tight end from Kelsey to Laporta to McBride, like all of them are just terrible.
Yeah, Andrews.
Yeah,
Andrews owners got to be pissed right now. That's who hurt me. And we know he's a stud, but he's just not a focal part of that offense. The offense literally runs through Derrick Henry at this point. And until then, it's nothing you can really do about it, man. They're going to have to play from behind. And even then, you still got Likely.
Yeah.
So he probably has the best backup tight end playing behind him on a run-first offense.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I can't blame the Ravens because week 1 and week 2 they came out trying to pass the ball, and obviously both of those were losses. That when they went run heavy, is when they won. And so it just makes you think, like, obviously you got to pivot, you got to adjust the game plan and go with what works, because what they were doing weeks 1 and 2 weren't working. So
Yeah, with Laporta, man, I honestly just feel like he just got bounced on the food chain. Man, he looks like a a cop. I never seen him without the helmet on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely get you for doing 55 and the 54.
he don't like your kind around here. Is that what you're saying?
Man, that stash got to go. That's what it is.
Yeah, man.
Kelsey started growing his beard back in. He finally got what, 8 for 84, 8 for 86.
Everyone knows, bro. He's trash with the mustache. He's been like that for years. And normally by the time it comes in fools when he's actually playing. So we'll see what happens. Let's hope he continues to grow it.
He need a black girlfriend again.
I don't think it matters because last year he balled out in the playoffs. So when it mattered,
that's true. Hey, playoffs ain't fantasy football for us. All right, it may help your Chiefs, but
a win is a win for me. All right, a win is a win.
I feel you. Who you got for waiver wire pickups?
I do have to say, I finally broke my fantasy football curse this week. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I was saying, I broke my fantasy football curse.
I finally broke my fantasy football curse.
So I've been cursed, unfortunately, as a Chiefs fan, that every time my fantasy football teams, if I win all my fantasy football games, my Chiefs lose. Or if my Chiefs win, generally I lose at least one fantasy football game. And it's awful. Chiefs have been relatively successful, so it tells you what's been happening to me in fantasy, right? And, I finally broke my curse. I was nervous because I was leading heavily in 3 leagues I'm in. I'm like, oh, man, okay. And sure enough, like my Chiefs pulled it out. We're down 10-0. I'm like, the effing curse got me, but I bounced back. You know what I'm saying? They had me in the first half, but I bounced back in the second.
No, I feel it. For the waiver wire pickups, before we went live, we talked about somebody I offered a trade for you. Mm-hmm. I think he's considered like number 2 this week. Honestly, that's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. So the number, obviously, I feel like the go-to pick this week will probably be Kareem Hunt. In most leagues, I feel like he's already been swooped on. He got swooped on 2 weeks ago. You might have been in a lucky league that someone dropped him because he didn't play that first week after he signed. You might have been able to swoop in, but it does look like Kareem has the trust of the coaching staff. Kareem has the trust of the trust of Pat. He knows they ran a play for Kareem during the game, a little middle screen shovel pass. They haven't ran since Kareem left. I've been looking for that play for years, and they ran it for him. So I was very heavily surprised, and I think especially with Rashid being injured. Shout out to my boy Rashid, got the jersey over here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hopefully, heal up, my boy, heal up. But with Rashid,
jersey.
I got it at the Las Vegas Fantasy Football Conference, which goes down Labor Day weekend every year, baby.
Let's go. Let's go.
We are growing. Hey, they're giving out prizes. It continues to grow. Meet some of your favorite YouTubers out there. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's all football all the time, baby. Fantasy is life.
I love it. Yeah, Kareem Hunt seems like he might be the guy, at least for, like you said, first 4, 5, 6 weeks. Maybe it's a timeshare between the two of them. Maybe they take their time with Pacheco and don't have to rush him back. Right now, they're 4-0. They're sitting pretty on top of the AFC already. Yeah. And so there's no urgency. Let the not bottom feeders, but let the second-tier teams kind of eat and nitpick at each other. But enough about your Chiefs. Let's talk fantasy football. Who else you got on that waiver wire?
Another waiver wire pickup. It seems Chase Brown, running back for the Bengals. His production and yardage each week has actually improved. He went from seeing 22% of the snaps to 36 to, I believe, this past week he was 48% of the snaps. He's moving up. The man got a tub last week. I would say this week will show. They play. It's going to be a hell of a game. Bengals versus the Ravens in Cincinnati. It's going to be a hell of a game, and I'm going to go on a limb. Chase Brown scores a touchdown.
Ooh. Oh, man. They ain't got no barbers in Cincinnati? Is it?
Not bad?
They ain't got no barbers in Cincinnati? It's not Kevin Durant bad, but
come on, bruh.
He almost looking like Sam Bradford.
For real, he trying to pass, bro. Man.
Ugh. Just come on home. It ain't even lined up in the front.
Nah.
I know he making the league minimum.
Man. Setting us mixed boys back. Jeez.
For real.
Another fancy
Brown up there.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Chase Brown is a solid pickup this week. You might have more luck getting him as opposed to Kareem Hunt. I would say another one, quarterback of the week, Sam Darnold. I know he's been hovering around in a lot of leagues. You know, most people don't necessarily believe in him because of, you know, we think he is who we thought he was. But this year he's looked good, man. He has 11 touchdown passes this season. 11. He's only trailing Josh Allen. So, you know, his numbers are looking fantastic. He put up 24 fantasy points last week. You know, I think more than anything, the Vikings defense is playing solid to the point that Sam is getting 2 to 3 extra possessions each game. And with that said, if you have some quality people, which Sam Darnold has, you got to think Hockenson is going to be coming back in the next probably 2-3 weeks for them. Like, they're only going to be adding additional weapons. It's this team, they're hungry. And, you know, a lot of them haven't really won before. So, like, hey, they're going to be out there scratching and clawing. So I think if you need a spot start, which bye week start this week, quite a few teams have buys. You know, the Detroit Lions as well as a few other squads.
Philadelphia Eagles. That's Hurts. That's Hurts.
Yeah, if you got Hurts, Sam Darnold might be your backup for the week. And let's see.
I love it. Great take. Anyone else that you highlighted? Give us a receiver before we wrap up the segment.
Okay, last receiver. And now it's a lot of people talking about him, which makes me a little nervous. But Dontavian Wicks, wide receiver from
Green Bay,
the Packers, with Love on the field. Love is a force multiplier. I know Big E doesn't like when I talk about Jordan Love, but he makes every receiver out there better. I would say more than any quarterback in the league. He makes guys who are mid to slightly above mid look fantastic. Dontavian scored 2 touchdowns last week, and I feel like his target share is going to continue to remain steady between him and Jaden Reed, especially with Watson. Watson he's magna cum laude of the blue tent. He can't stay healthy at all. So I would say
King of the North, Warden, whatever title you want to give him.
Facts.
What's E40? What do they call him? The ambassador, the Bay Area ambassador, the blue tent ambassador.
Give him the crown, bro. Give him the crown. He always has, bro. And with that said, Dontavian Wicks is going to eat because of that. They throw the ball a lot. It's like Jordan Love gets 40 attempts every game, which I don't think there's another quarterback in the league who's averaging 40 attempts a game like how Love is. So with that said, I'm confident to say that Dontavian Wicks is going to continue to perform.
I like it. Some great pickups. So that was Hunt, Brown, Darnold, and Wicks.
Yes, sir.
A solid squad. And that boy timing. Because we just about to talk about the mud team.
Hey, what up?
Just about to talk about the mud team.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you.
Look,
Uncle Elroy.
I was hearing Fox cry about the curse. I've been on here like 5 minutes waiting on y'all, man.
No, you know.
I promise you. Fox is talking about the curse team. Then he said he wanted Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt maybe will be on waivers. I've been in here. I don't know why it didn't kick in, but it's all love now. You know, blessed and highly favored. You already know.
We just got a question in the chat as well.
Oh, David. Oh, my bad. Let's go chat. Uh-oh. Hey guys, would you accept this? I offer Garrett Wilson for Tony Pollard, half PPR. Pollard is balling right now. I mean,
pull up Pollard stats. Pull it up.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's
I,
do it.
I need to see that, but that's still hard with Garrett.
I actually was offered Pollard in another league as well. So I kind of want to review this my damn self. So,
hey,
right.
for who, Brother Fox?
let me pull up the trade offer. Let me see.
So fantasy points. Pollard went Pollard went week 1. He went for 18, 18-4, 15-2, 5.9, 18-8.
Hey.
Okay.
And what did Wilson? We got to see Wilson. Now we're in the 18.
Let's see
Wilson. Wilson's been trash. He had one sub week 1, and since then he's been awful.
Right, he's been
so
trash.
Let's say 18, 15, 6, 19.
Yeah.
Right.
If y'all can try to remember that. I'm gonna go to Wilson.
18, 15, 6, 19. Okay.
Oh. Wilson should be up top. There he is. 12, 10, 14, 7.
See, the only thing,
give us your roster. Give us your roster.
Only reason why I would not accept that trade is only because if you look at the target share for Garrett Wilson, albeit he's not putting up great numbers, 11, 6, 9, and 8, half point PPR, that's already, you're already putting up some okay numbers. His touchdowns haven't been there. His yards haven't been there. Minnesota's a great defense. So Buffalo's decent as well. Pittsburgh. Shit, I might bite the bullet.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll give it one more week. I got to roll one. I'm a one more week guy. That's what I always. I'm gonna give you one more week, and if he doesn't prove it, I would say, hey, we'll bring it up next week. If the trade is on, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, give us your whole roster. That'll help us give us more context. If you have some good running backs, then you might want to just keep Wilson. But if you got some good receivers and you can afford to get rid of Wilson, so give us.
We got a couple more comments too.
Yep.
Right. No doubt about it.
Cut one: Ridley, Likely, or Rome.
Likely. Other than that game against the Chiefs, Likely has been awful.
Ridley.
I was thinking Ridley, but
look up Ridley stats and then look up Likely's. Y'all gonna be shocked. I own that Negro in 2 leagues, so Likely.
Well, Likely and Mark Andrews both are trash right now, and I mean Jackson ain't doing a ton for real. I mean King Henry taking over, so they don't have to run. Have to throw. So it's real crazy right now. That whole
Likely.
team.
26, 4, 1, and 3.
What's he the wide? He the tight end? What?
I don't say.
They don't say. Okay.
Oh, you know what? Let me check Ridley out and see if it says it. Yeah, I think you got to keep Rome. So it's between Ridley and Likely.
Yeah. Rome is absolutely a keeper. Definitely upside.
Calvin Ridley.
With Rudolph coming in, I might keep Ridley. I ain't gonna lie.
Oof.
Ridley 8, 24, 1, and 2.
Ugh. I don't know. I don't like Ridley. He ain't even had a big game.
He had the 24.7. That's it.
Oh, well, the 24.7. I can't hate on that.
Yeah, 8, 24.7, then 1.9, and followed up a 1.9 with the 7.5. I mean, that's rough, dude.
Rough.
Who's your other? You got to have another tight end. You don't really need 2 tight ends.
Right.
He said he wanted 3. He out here getting cooked. So he took Pacheco and he got hurt. Oh, man.
All right, let me go back up to the top. Hey, what up, Albert? It's not that I didn't see it. I'm just over here running the controls. So which
I
are
would say
legendary fourth.
I would say me personally, I get rid of Likely. I'm at the point where I'm about to make a move with Likely my damn self. So
Okay, so
Yeah, I guess go ahead and get rid of Likely. I'm gonna agree with Fox for this one.
you got to think he was a waiver
Yeah.
wire pickup in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
It is what it is.
Tua Caleb, Jamar DJ, Ridley, Leggett Lazard, Connor Pollard, Pacheco.
Ooh.
So you need to keep Pollard, right? With
Yeah.
Pacheco out.
right. Oh, he's giving up Pollard. I thought he was getting Pollard. Okay.
Was it? Hey
No.
guys, would y'all accept? I was offered Garrett Wilson for Tony Pollard. Yeah, you got to stay still.
You got to keep Pollard.
Without question, now that made it more clear, way more clear.
Unless you got Kareem Hunt or something, yeah, you better keep
Or
Pollard.
Brooks, yeah. Oh, it's a 14 league. My second rounder Pacheco got hurt, so it's been rough, man. Yeah, I think you got to sit still, man. Especially you can't really trust James Conner like that. I'm gonna knock on wood that I didn't jinx you, but Conner normally good for a high ankle MCL sprain.
He got DJ Moore too. That's rough too.
Oh, I'm getting Dalvin off waivers, sweet, guaranteed first priority. Who else on the waiver wire? What's going on with Dalvin Cook? I ain't seen nothing about him on the internet. You may not need a waiver wire claim for him.
Yeah, I don't think you need
even in a 14 team.
Yeah, I haven't heard.
Who else is available on your waiver wire?
He said, "Shoot, I said Dalvin Cook. I'm getting Kareem Hunt." I don't think he meant to say that. So
Njoku is my other tight end. So it's Likely in Njoku.
Njoku hurt, ain't he?
So I guess that's why he rocking with Likely.
Ooh.
Oh, he said, "Oh shoot, bro! I said Dalvin Cook. I'm getting Kareem Hunt."
Right.
I mean, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, man, what do he know about Dalvin Cook that I don't know?
I'm like,
I'm like, man. I'm like Zeke and my tiny baby Zeke went down. What's his name? Is it not Rico?
Hey, my antennas went up. I was about to go put a claim in. I'm like,
right.
Straight up. Hey, but look, I'm gonna run down this mud list real quick if you don't mind, man.
All right, yeah, do it.
We run that real quick, and we running low on time. So look, first I got Josh Allen. No, it was trash. 7 points, unacceptable. AR-15 is dirt. Everybody know we said it. You 7. Hey, you claimed him one time, but you came over. You came over to the right side. Carr always been dirt. 8 points. Jacobs, he dirt since he left my Raiders, of course. Devin Singletary, 4.8. You killed me, brother. Breece Hall is mud. Is Breece Hall starting? I mean, he's very questionable. Okay. Breece Hall is definitely mud. Garrett Wilson, of course. We just were talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Rashid, I hate to put him on the list, but you did give brothers goose eggs. You know what I'm saying? So I love that, you know what I'm saying, we get more clarity with Mark Andrews because he's garbage. 0, and Zay Flowers is 1.9. These guys killed me this week, and I know they probably killed y'all too. What do you think, Brother Fox?
Yeah, I can agree. I can agree with all of that. It seems like the Jets are a wasteland right now. Their defense is giving up a lot of points. Their offensive players aren't doing nothing. It's hard out here for the Jets. I'm starting to kind of believe in some of the Bears. I know a few weeks ago I was out on DJ Moore as well as I was out on Rome, but hey, they're starting to turn it around. Kayla's playing a little bit better, and it's showing up in the stat sheet. So, gotta love that.
We got a question.
What's that? Gino
or Daniel Jones this week?
The way Gino played, I'm gonna go with Gino.
Yeah. For spot start, Gino for sure. Because if you play in a league that has interceptions that you lose points, you know Daniel Jones is going to throw at least one, possibly two. So,
all right, have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
I was looking up the matchup, but if y'all feel confident with Gino, I'm gonna just roll with Gino.
You can look at the matchup.
I'm about to pull it up right now.
That real quick. see what's going on. I mean, Danny Dimes. He killing with neighbors, and he got
Oh man.
Wayne Dale. So but I mean Gino looks sharp. I ain't gonna
Oh,
lie
they
to you.
play each other.
The Giants. Okay.
Oh yeah. See, I think Gino could feast on that Giants defense versus Daniel Jones. Going to struggle versus. I think Seattle got a top 3 defense right now for fantasy football.
Easy, bro.
And that secondary, no joke. I know Neighbors is still going to get his, but that secondary, no joke in Seattle.
Great.
Right.
Hit us up with any more questions before we wrap up, guys. We're about to head out of here in about 3 minutes. Brother Fox, how can the good folks take care of us?
As always, y'all can give us that HBO special. If you don't know, the HBO special is the Help a Brother Out special. So help some brothers out. Hit that like button, subscribe. It truly, truly goes a long way.
Yes, sir. So we talked about waiver wire pickups before you joined us. You heard Kareem Hunt, Chase Brown, Sam Darnold, and Wicks.
Right. Y'all was clowning Chase Brown's edge up. You know what I'm saying? They cut the brother a little slack. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, you got to go Kareem Hunt. Kareem gonna be, at least he can hold the ball. We can't. You know what I'm saying? So if you know he's gonna hold the ball, and he has in his career he's been known to hold the ball. He ain't got fumbleitis. He gonna do his thing, and it's kind of like going with the whole story. You want to look at, I don't know, people maybe Kansas City. It depends. It depends. I don't know. Juju probably picked up, but if Juju's not, then I definitely would have him.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm
Someone's
saying?
got to fill the Rice role, right? And if
Right.
correct me if I'm wrong, Brother Fox, but the Rice role was created from Juju's stint in Kansas City
2 years ago. Juju, that is the Rice role. That's the blueprint.
Right. But
Before we wrap things up, you think Kansas City picks up another receiver, maybe Christian Kirk or Cooper? And do you think where do you guys think Devontae Adams goes? I'll give Brother Fox. I'll let you handle the. I also heard Adam Thielen. Let us know what your thoughts, and then Big E after him. Can you let us know what you think about Devontae as a Raider fan?
Okay.
So, in regards to Kansas City picking up a receiver, they will. They've done it the past 2 seasons. Last year, they traded for Mecole Hardman. The year before that, they went after there and got Kadarius Toney. So they have been known to get that mid-season wide receiver. Now, it all like Kansas City only has, I think it's $4.6 million in cap. So if Devontae Adams would never go to Kansas City just because they wouldn't trade him in division. And 2, his cap hits like 17 point something million for the rest of the season. That's damn near impossible. The only top tier receiver that's possibly could be Amari Cooper.
Right.
He's only owed like $600,000 for the rest of the season, which would be very, very interesting. Potentially, there's Deontay Johnson from the Panthers. We would need to do a little bit of flexibility with the cap a little bit to get him on. But do I think they're going to trade for somebody? Yes, they will trade. I just don't think it's going to be. Do I think it's going to be Amari Cooper? I don't think so. I think they're going to end up getting somebody that's like a second tier kind of wide receiver as opposed to, like a home run threat kind of guy. Yeah.
For sure. Big E, what you think about Devontae Adams as a Raider fan, and where do you think he lands, and what do you guys get what are you guys getting back for him?
We're definitely not going to get back what we gave for him. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? He's aged 3 years, so I mean, but he's still an elite wide receiver. So I mean, definitely we will get something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not having the bar too high. I just know. I mean, Devontae. Now later when he leaves the team, that's when he dogs the Raiders out. Now, you know how it goes. You never say anything until you're out of the team, and then you say something. But I mean, he's been a class act, and I speak for Raider fans. I'm just saying, we just want him to win wherever he goes. I think maybe the Jets. I'm not trying to say they have a bunch of cap, space, but maybe they can move some pieces. Aaron Rodgers wants to play with them, so I mean they've been talking about it for a while.
It's a possibility.
Right.
Maybe send Mike Williams in a second.
I'm thinking a second. That's exactly what I was thinking. You're not going to get much for him. You're not going to get
Yeah.
much. You better pray
When
for
a
it.
player requests a trade, he automatically loses value. So they're not maybe a second and a fourth, but I don't see them getting a first for him.
I don't see them getting a second, bro.
If I mean, I'm saying like, yo, if you get a second and a third, that's a win, and you ain't gonna get that. But I'm saying if you get a third, you might as well just go ahead and take it for real.
Well, I think about it. Tyreek Hill went 2 years ago for a late first and a third, and that was when he was in the prime of his career. And you have a 31-year-old receiver who hasn't really shown much the past 2 seasons. You know, albeit he has a big name, marquee name, and he's still incredibly talented. But to expect the second round, I would say you're going to get an offer of like a third and a fifth, a third, yeah, maybe as high as maybe 2/3. But I don't think they're going to sniff a second.
And you ain't going to pay as much as, you know what I'm saying, as what you would have. You know, somebody going to pick up a contract, or you know, they're going to renegotiate. However it goes, you know, I know if he just won't out, then he better do what it takes. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want him to be on a sorry team. Definitely, they try to say he would go to Kansas City. I don't believe that. We're not going to trade.
Right.
I definitely do not believe that.
What about
I don't care.
Would you? It says Huntley didn't play as bad as it looked. His wide receivers let him down. Facts. Hassan Reddick.
I think Hassan Reddick's gonna hold out for the whole season. It's the reality is Hassan Reddick is an older pass rusher that can only really dominate in one style of defense. He needs to be in the 3-4. He needs to be an outside linebacker for him to really be successful. And so it's like if he's put into a 4-3, he can't really hold the edge on a 4-3. We saw that when he played for the Cardinals. You know, for 5 seasons, he's getting pushed up in the field as a 3-4 defensive end. So it's just I feel like he bet on himself and he's failing miserably. And you know, it is what it is at this point. Like he's already lost like almost $8 million this year. If I'm him, I come back, finish out the season, or at least I think he has to return by week 8 to have an accrued year. And I think he's going to pull something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I wouldn't mind seeing him for Adams.
Right.
But that's asking for failure, though. He'd be going to a 3-4.
I mean, it's better. What else? What else are the Raiders' options? Take a third or take Hassan Reddick?
Man, I take a third.
Ooh.
I'll take a third.
Yeah.
Third, brother.
I'd rather just go with the best player on the board.
I mean, I don't know why they would take him. Adams to the Texans would be nuts.
And then you also got to think too, like Hassan Reddick, he's holding out because he wants a contract. So it's like, but I'm saying, like, would the Raiders really want to pay a 30-year-old?
It's the Raiders, bro.
Long in the defensive.
They historically trade players out of trade for players out of their prime.
Them niggas got to learn one of these days, all right?
Hey,
my Raiders, you ain't gonna talk about my Raiders like that, man.
Hey, come on, hey, as much as you talked about baby hands, let me get mine. All right, Richard Seymour.
Hold up,
Randy.
Hold up. Look, when you talk. I don't know why it cuts our voice off. I said you got me standing on the streets of Charlotte right now. Look, I hear you talk about my Raiders, man. You must be crazy, dog.
Hey, I gotta bounce. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. This Fantasy Football Safe Space. Next week, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be back. Take care.
Go Chiefs.